Man.
So, welcome everyone. It's the crew again, Miss Mercy, Miss Biemo, and today we have an awesome guest, Isaac. Isaac is, I've known you for a while, right? Well, not known, but at least we've seen each other, been around in the Raleigh area together. And I wanted you to give us a little bit of your history, your background, and then tell us a little bit about Miles of Great Hopes, which I think is an awesome organization. Um, And so Isaac works with rural areas back in Kenya for support. But first, Isaac, we are going to start with the beginning, your story of coming to America, your experience, the growth, how you came about to where you are today.
Oh, that's a loaded question,
It's a
and
loaded one. Sounds like a
it,
fun one.
it, it's jogs your mind back many years ago, over
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago. I've been here for a long time. Of course, I'm
Wow.
originally from Kenya, like Shiro and Karanja. Please remember to say hello to that guy when you get
I
home.
will.
Oh, actually, you're home. Probably he's around the corner. Oh, making some
Wave.
dinner. Wait. Hey, Karanja, what's up? Yeah, but I came here through volunteer work. I think I've been doing volunteer work without knowing I'm doing volunteer.
Mm.
So that was back in, geez, a long time ago. I can't even remember. When it gets more
2001-ish,
than 20,
maybe.
when it's more than 20, 21 years, then
You
it's,
stop counting.
yeah, you just forget it. You don't want to tell people you've been here that long, you know?
I know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But I came here through a program called ICCP, International Counseling Program. And I had graduated from high school. I went to South B. South B is in Nairobi, suburbs of Nairobi. I was doing accounting there and come from a big family. And, I would go there, camp there for a couple months and go back home, be with my mom. I had lost my dad way back when we were very young. And but anyway, an opportunity came. I had applied for a small internship with the YMCA, the Nairobi Central YMCA, but there was an opportunity for people to apply for, to come to the US, and that's how I came here for summer. And I did that for 3 summers. I would come here and go back. But of course, as you know, you go through the embassy, the US embassy in Nairobi, the one that they bombed back in 1998. Um, was a long line. You would go there overnight with a blanket. Uh, She'll keep me honest. I don't want to start speaking Swahili here, and everyone will be like, "What are you talking about?" Right, Marcy? So,
We,
uh, after a couple interviews and failed interviews, I was fortunate on my fourth. I was so determined. You know, when determination calls, you like nothing is coming the way. I am doing this. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pay again and
No,
pay.
I was about to
So
ask you pay again.
the story of many people,
Mhm.
and that's how I came here. But while in Kenya, I went to high school in Nakuru. I had gone to Aria High School, which was formerly owned by Keheka Kimani politicians in Nakuru,
Mm.
in Kenya.
I didn't know
Some
you're from
bells.
Nakuru.
I'm from
Mm.
Nakuru Shabe. Me, I'm from Shabab.
Mm.
um,
Karanja
and
is from Nakuru.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yes. So yeah, so I was helping out with family. We had a family business, and I was helping out. My mom had rental properties and things like that. They had ventured with my dad before he passed on. And yeah, that's how after high school, went to college Nairobi, then ended up an opportunity. I came to the US a few times, going back. So that's my story about coming to the US. Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
So you were in college in Kenya and then you were visiting and going back? Say that again.
Yeah, so I went to my first semester. I did accounting for two semesters.
Mm.
And when I came to the US, of course, everybody want to come to the US. And I I started, mind opportunities started opening up, but I was very honest. I've been, like that along the way. I promised I was going to go back to Kenya, which I did. And I applied for Wake Tech Community College,
Yeah.
and I got in. and they were doing that's when the 2000, the computer information system, I engaged on that,
Mm, mm.
CIS.
Mm.
So I switched from the accounting to the
IT.
computer,
Yeah.
to the IT, because there was the 2000, things are gonna change,
Mm.
and I wanted to be technology. I don't want to be left behind, and
Mm.
that's
Yes.
how I transitioned from one thing to the other.
Oh,
I did
wow.
IT too around the same time because of the same exact
The
reasons.
same reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when you
That
Yes.
moved from Kenya and started school at Wake Tech, were you able to transfer some of your credits from your college back home?
No, I wasn't, because schools here will not acknowledge it, or
Mm.
there was a challenge, and also, it was a new thing. The computers were
Mm.
not as pronounced as today in Kenya. And so I didn't even try, let me be honest. But
Mm.
over the time
mm,
period and being engaged with the community here and knowing the challenges that people with a graduate degree come here and they are discredited, and you want to get
mm,
those credits so you're not wasting time, it's
Mm.
something, an effort that we have tried in the past. Of course, not as
yeah.
successful, but it is a thing. And I think as people, and I first want to acknowledge all of you, you guys, professional, different discipline, what you have done, putting this show together, getting guests to chime in and learn about them,
Mm.
and the people learn about themselves, because
Mm.
it's so critical. I just want to applaud you for doing
Oh,
this, and
Thank
it's a
you.
beautiful thing, and I want you guys to keep going. It is it is very fundamental. So credit to all of you. And
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
That's
that.
very nice of you.
yeah.
So when you arrived, you lived with someone, you came by yourself, or did you know of you had family here already?
No, I didn't know anyone. I just ventured when I went to the camp. So YMCA is an international organization. It's all over the world. It's
Mm,
in Kenya, in several towns too. It's in Nakuru, it's
mm,
in Nairobi, Nyeri, whatever. So I came to work at a summer camp.
Mm.
Summer kiddos. You guys send your kids to
Yeah.
summer. There's a
yeah.
camp called so the YMCA in the Triangle. It's called the Triangle, the YMCA of Greater Triangle. That's the
Mm.
YMCA
Mhm,
here, which have
Mm.
Camp Kinada, the
Mm.
KRY, all of those.
mhm,
They have two camps, very good camps. One is called Camp Seafara and Camp
Mm.
Seagull. Camp Seafara is for girls. Camp Seagull is for boys. I went to Camp Seafara. Of course, there were a lot of ladies there,
Mm.
and I that's where I went, and I worked with people from international counselors who had come to do different things, be
Mm.
there for to counsel the kids, and also do some work, some labor. So
Mm.
I went to the kitchen, and we were working on a summer. There is a machine conveyor. The dishes come through the
Yeah.
conveyor, the hobot. For people who are kitchen machine, there's a hobot. Hobot is a equipment that gets, to wash dishes. And so I engaged that for the first summer, but I transitioned to training golf. So I was doing
Mm.
golf for the kids. So I
Oh,
Interesting.
did two things. Yeah.
Did you
yeah, I
used
was
to play
thinking
golf?
soccer maybe.
I know,
And
right?
I'm here to
yeah.
play golf with Karanja and the group, but I've gotten so busy. I don't have time for myself anymore. I have young kids, and that's life
I
and
know.
passion. But yeah, golf was a thing. I still
Wow.
play.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Wow.
yeah.
So
And
did
who
you,
knew?
sorry, sure, did you play golf in Kenya or did they train you when you came for the summer camp?
No, so when I came for the summer camp, so this summer camp, if you guys haven't looked into the Camp Seagull, you need to look at it. It's Camp Seafarer, eh, amazing, awesome camp. I came here before I got married, before I had kids. Long, long, fast forward, my kids have gone to those camps. So
Ah.
it's like reliving the. But to answer your question, no, I did not play much golf in Kenya. I did it here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So not knowing anybody, where did you live when you
Uh,
moved?
so this, so the camp was a living camp. They would
Ah,
give
okay.
you, they gave us the hostel for they used to call them quarter deck. So very nicely equipped,
Mm.
your bed, shower.
Okay.
the mess hall, the food. So they provided food, shelter, transportation, and everything you can think of. And
Wow.
your free time, you're doing water sports, you're doing marina, you're doing soccer, basketball, a
Wow.
lot of anything you can think of. Motorboat, speedboarding,
Wow.
kayaking, sun fishing. Oh, yeah. No,
That
I went
sounds
sun
fun.
fishing in
It
Houston.
sounds
Yeah, it was fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
What
good
is
stuff.
sand fishing?
Second.
What is that? Sand, you said sand fishing?
Oh, sunfish. So sunfishes are like sailing. So you get the sailboat,
Mm.
and you getting the wind to direct you to where you want to go. So you have to do a zigzag, but you have to know when to transition the sunfish and go on the other side. And yeah, so the sun fishing is the the sailing.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
the things you learn.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't know that you can actually, YMCA can create a path like that for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Huh.
So we had about 1,000 people in Kenya at the time who applied for the opportunity. Only 17 made it through. I was one of the 17.
Oh,
The
wow.
Wow.
interesting thing is when they booked my flight, I was supposed to come to JFK, but they booked me to LAX. So I come from Nairobi, Jomo Kenyatta. I go to London, Gatwick, transition 1 hour to Heathrow, Heathrow to California. And I've never seen a long flight than London to California,
Mm-hmm.
LAX.
Oh
And
my
it's a
God.
9 o'clock at night
Mm-hmm.
and it's daylight. So, this is time zone. It's
Yeah.
things you ran in school, but now practically it's PM and it's, light outside. Uh, so I got off the airport. They had a checked out, custom, cleared my bag, and I'm looking for somebody with a sign, Isaac Courier. I'm here for you. Nobody is there, and
Nobody.
people to the thin air, disseminate, and nobody to pick me up. And I'm like, okay, this is not
Oh
good.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back
Oh.
to my bag and I'm flipping everything, looking through to see, who do I need to call? Am I at the right place? Only to realize the person I called was Jill Schmidt. Jill Schmidt was like the hiring person on the East Coast. The Camp Sifra is in Arapahoe, which is outside New Bern, North Carolina, to the coast.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mm.
yeah, and I made a call. This is like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and somebody pick up and sleeping. I'm waking her up. There is the
Yeah,
3 hour
because there's
difference.
Yeah.
3 hours. Yeah, it's
It's
late.
like a 12 or 1 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, Jill, it's Isaac. I made it. Who's picking me up? And she's asked, where are you? Yeah, I'm at LAX. Oh, no, you need to be in New York.
Oh.
And I'm like, trying to think about the geography here.
Mm-hmm.
And so, long story short, we were able to figure out. I had $700 in my pocket, maybe 760 under 800.
Mm.
And my next flight to JFK, I had to book it. Costed me about 430, maybe 450. So from my 700
Oh, geez.
between me and poverty, it reduced to quickly around $300 or less. And I got
Oof.
myself, went via Indiana, JFK. They got me to, take a bus to Manhattan,
Oh,
Manhattan to Staten Island. I needed to be at Wagner College in Staten Island. That's where we were for 3 weeks of training before we got to the
oh
summer camp. So
wow.
YMCA is very organized. It's a,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
really, yeah, it's
That's an
really,
organized, yeah.
yeah. I'm a lifetime member of YMCA. I want to
You
be.
have to be.
Same,
Yeah,
same.
really.
Yeah.
I love
Wow.
YMCA too.
That
Oh.
was a long flight, Isaac. My goodness.
And I was wearing, like almost a suit. It wasn't quite a suit, but it is. So I was like, yeah, wasn't fun, but
What
I
I
month
survived.
was that you came in?
Oh my
Was it
God.
summertime, winter? When did you get here?
No, it was summertime, so it
Summertime?
was,
Okay, so
yeah,
not too bad. Yeah.
yeah,
not
not too
too
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a long journey.
That's
Yeah.
a
Long journey. Yeah.
Wow.
So you did that training and then you came here. And then how long did you do the whole YMCA job, and then kind of transition to the next thing?
Yeah, it was for 4 months. And then I went back to Kenya. And during that time, I made a lot of friends really from
Mm.
Australia, South Africa, Estonia, the Hungary, Russia, like really all over.
Wow.
So the ones here, they recruit these people international. They give people
Mhm.
very good exposure. I made a lot of friends. This before the Facebook came to play, and stayed for that period of time. And during that time, we had fun. We would go to Atlantic Beach. That was the closest one. We would catch a ferry from the Oriental. Oriental is a coastal small town with a lot of boats, and they have a ferry that gets you from the Arapaho to Havelock. If you've been to that side, Havelock is like a military base,
Mm.
kind of deal. But so along those sides, I had an international driving license. If you're from Kenya, they had that green
Yes.
booklet, like it's your international, and they stamp it. And I cannot tell you because there was no international training to qualify you for
Drive.
international
You
driving.
just get the
So
stamp.
at the camp, I was the qualified driver among the rest because I have an international driving license, and we would check out the vehicle to go to the beach, and it's a van, so you have like 15 of these international guys with all kind of directing there and fun. It was just fun.
And you are
I
driving them.
was the driver, and guess what? Tonight we are trying to catch the ferry from the from the beach, and the ferry would stop running at 12. If you miss the ferry, then you're getting back to the camp. You have to go through Newburn, and so it makes it like an hour long drive. And
Wow.
the camp, they had the rules. They're closing it down
Mhm.
to some. Yeah. So man, I'm driving so fast, and I overtake a highway patrol vehicle. I'm doing like 97, so we can catch the ferry. And the next, yes. Um, so we get flagged down, and in another week, gotten a read. They gave me a ticket, and I had to go to the. They said you must appear at the
Yes.
court.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oriental. So I had to go there, and within a week, I was receiving all these letters in the mail
from
from
lawyers.
attorney. Marcy, you know how you guys do it,
I know.
and it freaked me out so bad because I was like, I'm a J1 visa. I was a J exchange visa. Marcy, you know these
Yeah.
things.
Mm.
So there was a 2-year rule to apply. So I didn't want to make any mess and then get, there was a deportation thinking. Of course, it wasn't that bad. It's just a
Mm.
speeding ticket. It was my first one. So it was fun. I learned my speeding ticket 2 months into the US, maybe less than that. But yeah, back to you.
97.
Yes,
And you
97. Yeah.
you went to court with your international driver's license.
I didn't even show it. I went there. They gave me the fine. I had to pay those fine, and of course, I pleaded. I said I was so honest. We were trying to catch the ferry, and we work at the summer camp, and they know about the camp. They're very well known, and he was a good judge, but I had to pay the fine. But that
Yeah.
freaked me out.
You can never get away from that fine.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Are you still friends with some of these people you met back then?
I do. I do have friends with some of them. Of course, some kind of lost contact. And actually, one of them, he was from Australia in Kenya. He came to visit me back in like 2000 or 2002. I was visiting Kenya, and he had a trip to Kenya. His name is Nigel, and it's yeah.
That's
Uh,
nice.
um,
That's
and
amazing.
another lady from Belgium came to visit. So a lot of friends for life. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Wow.
That is so awesome.
Okay, so Wake Tech. So you studied IT at Wake Tech, and how did that go?
It went well. It was a 2-year program, was an associate degree, with a transferable credit. After I graduated, I was putting myself through school which I was paying international, and
That's expensive.
it was quite expensive. So I was actually working as a security officer with Allied Baton Security, and we had a few companies in RTP, like Biogen IDEC. I was a supervisor at Biogen IDEC, which is off Davis Drive.
Mhm.
Um, and it was an easy job, a professional job. We just have to put on your uniform, and you are processing people's badges and giving people access to different units. And I was able to go through school, finished. Um, then from there, I um, I transitioned and I got a job with hotel, Hampton Inn and Suite, which I worked for a couple of years. And then from there, I got a job with Barclays Bank, Barclays PLC out of New York. They had a plant here in by Wachovia building. That by then it was Wachovia. You guys remember the first
Yeah,
unit?
Wachovia, yeah.
It
That's
became what, Wells Fargo? Did it
Wells
become Wells
Fargo.
Fargo?
The Wells Fargo is very new a name. I think
Yeah.
they used to be Wachovia and they transitioned to Wells Fargo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiro? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. I got a job. I was working under some portfolio to loss mitigation, avoiding foreclosure, short sale. And I did that for 5 years. And when the financial crisis happened in 2007 or 8, they sold the business and we got some, severance, and they trained us, when you go to another, they prepared us well. I would say
Oh,
that
good.
they did a good job. Yeah. And from there, I've been in service industry for a long time. Even from Kenya, so with our family business between vehicles, my brother had invested in vehicles, transportation, public transportation. I was managing, rental properties, repairs, working with, the construction guys. And I was oriented on how to deal with people, be among people, do, all little stuff, integrate
Yeah.
and get the job done. So I remain in that space of career path, which even after between my accounting at the Railway Training Institute in Nairobi and coming here doing the CIS and my line of work, I remained, within the same space. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I like to hear? I like to hear people's experiences when they first get here. Food, the language, the interactions. I think those are so entertaining.
Yeah.
What was yours
Yes.
like?
Oh, so my first experience with the food, of course, the out of Kenya, British Airways, that's the flight I took the very first time. They bring you those food, and by the time you get into to LA, to California, I was either, I don't know whether I'm bloated or I'm not feeling myself. But um, quickly back to JFK because I was at the wrong airport, and I'm at Manhattan, underground, and I'm looking for food to order. And hey, I want some chips, and you're getting not the French fries. So there was that language
Yeah.
challenge, but the food became a thing. The cold salad, I don't know, the potato salad, all those things that were quite challenging. I didn't like it, but over the time period, of course, I guess the body kind
Yeah.
of got into it.
When you're hungry, anything can taste the way you
Yes.
want it to taste.
I know, I've still never gotten used to potato salad.
But I
Yeah,
love
me too.
salad. I'll eat 2 plates of salad. I love. When I go to Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A, I think I should have bought some shares in Chick-fil-A because I've eaten Chick-fil-A for a long time. I always go for the grilled market salad.
Oh, I go for the Southwest. That's the
The
only one I
spicy
eat there.
Southwest, right? I like that
Southwest
one
or
too.
Cobb, maybe, but
You need to
Southwest
try.
is my first one to do.
Yeah, so I go for this. They were selling it at $8.60, $63, and it has gone all the way to like $13 now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Hey,
it's almost doubled.
what?
And yeah, yes, it's crazy. But that's the only thing I buy from there. Water, French fries, medium fries, and grilled market salad.
Yeah,
Their
same.
fries are
I do my
good.
salad with French fries as well. It's funny.
And the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
Hey,
And then, yes,
are we gonna get a we can get we are not advertising for no Chick-fil-A,
I mean, it's good.
but it is good.
it is good. Yeah.
It is good. It's become expensive. Yeah. So what was next for you after um all the actually well, what was next for you actually after all the jobs and that you had?
I
Yeah,
went back to school. I went to University of Phoenix for my bachelor's. I did
that's
a
what I did.
BSBA. Yeah.
That's what I did.
Oh, you went to
And
oh,
Yeah, my bachelor in administration and in nursing was from University of Phoenix. I love
oh.
the
awesome.
school. It's a great school.
Nice.
Yeah.
You said
Yes.
you did a bachelor's in what, Isaac?
The business.
Business. Okay.
Yes, I did that. And during that time, that's when I was working for the Barclays Bank. And they kind of helped me to pay part of the tuition.
Oh,
You
nice.
just had to excel in your classes and you bring them your result
Great.
and they'll pay for that class. And they,
Nice.
so it was a
Oh,
good
that's
deal.
nice.
Although it wasn't 100% of the cost, but it was,
Yeah. That's
helpful.
something.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
helps.
So
Yeah. Did you
yeah, it
have
helped.
did you have to stay there for a certain amount of time? So do they have their contract or it's just the grades and that's it for them to pay? Because some people will say some companies say you stay there for 2 years before you can leave if they pay for your master's or
No,
your bachelor's.
I don't think that was a stipulation.
Oh,
They
that's
just
nice.
needed you're enrolled, you're performing well, and of course you
Mhm.
had to be doing a good job. Actually, with my job, I went on an entry position, and within 2 years, I had been promoted 3 times. I was really, I was good with what I was doing.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, the job came to an end
Mhm.
because of the financial crisis.
Mm.
And after that happened, I I went to NC State and I did a PMI, Project Management Institute, and I got a job with the YMCA. See, YMCA guy?
See?
Yeah.
Comes
Full
I
around.
was,
circle. Full
yeah,
Full
circle.
circle.
I worked with the YMCA in Cary, the Cary Family YMCA before it became Taylor YMCA.
Oh.
And I got hired actually by the CEO, Doug McMillan. He's now retired, about maybe a couple of years. But he 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 interviewed me. We had a very good, we went back in the oh my everything. It's just a lovely guy and gave me the job. I was the first project manager at the YMCA. My job was to work on Vision 2020. This is back in 2012 when I got the job. And I was I was doing some survey, some data points, some understanding the economics and the different households and stuff. And our goal was to take the YMCA to the community instead of the community coming to the Y. And by doing that, essentially, the people will do the reverse of the same and come to the Y. The after school program, we were looking at the mobile home around Cary, like Chapel Hill Road and Cary, Maynard, somewhere that area. So we would go and we were helping single family homes when the parents are, working maybe 2 jobs, the kids are home and we would, want them to get their homework done, things like that. I also engaged with the Chambers of Commerce, Morrisville Chambers of Commerce. I
Nice.
brought the integration between the Cary Family YMCA and the Chambers. I also worked with the Latino in Raleigh and in Houston. So I was bringing partnership. I was building on partnership and things of value. And that was my assignment. It was a part-time job. I was working from home. I would, go in. I was mostly doing some meetings and just advancing. And during that time, Of course, I've lost my job with the bank. This is a part-time job. It's paying, I still need to make a little bit more. You get those phone calls from nephews back home and they need a little something
Yeah.
is happening. So
Oh,
you
yes.
always need an
There's
extra
always
cash.
something happening.
Yes.
We know those ones. Yes.
Yes. So and we from the diaspora, people in diaspora, you still want to make a little extra and
Yeah.
you don't want to just sit around.
Mm.
I thought I needed to do something and I started driving a taxi. That was the Kano cab. The Kano cab is the red cab. I think don't think they are there anymore. So I started driving the cab and there was a lot of money to be made because you get a trip from downtown Raleigh to the airport, it's like $50. And you get like a 3, 4, 5 trips like that, you make $300
Yeah.
within just a so and it was more independent because you can work when you want.
Yeah.
And we would make a lot of money over the weekend when NC State people are going downtown to hang out and the clubs and everything. So it was easy for me. I was working very well at the Y. I was getting this, you know, going okay because I'm managing my time. And during around that time, of course, I got married. I have 2 kids. My son is called Miles. And that kind of transition to the Miles of Great Hopes.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, pause. Before we get to that, there's something I'm curious about.
Yeah.
I want you to kind of talk a little bit about the skills that were needed and that also you acquired for anybody who's interested in those kind of like the project management and for you to excel, like to kind of give a little bit of a idea of the skill that would be needed to be successful in that role.
Yeah. So in I guess project management, you look at a scope of work, but and you have to number one have the listening ears. In anything as a project, you have to pay attention to what is needed, what's required. So communication is really, really key in that space. Evaluation is very key. Understanding the scope of the magnitude of what's so the before the direction, the purpose of this is what's the goal, the objectives. So you have to underline those things. But I think what I do for me, it's more passion driven. My passion has driven me to who I am today, what I do, how I engage, and I do it with a lot of ease because it's a natural fulfillment. I do things out of just thinking. I could be taking a shower. There's a program we started with the Master Great Hopes, and it was out of just a one morning thinking, what can we do as a program that is interesting and have that will rally people behind it and people will see value. So in any project, there has to be the fulfillment of the back end result. Um, if it's what example? If it's a community and they're trying to engage the youth and do something purposeful to take up their time and use their time wisely, then you're looking at the area, what can be done, who can do it. So there has to be a need, and you have to satisfy that need. And the need has to be propelled by the participants and getting people involved, taking the ownership of what you're trying to accomplish. Because then it becomes something foreign, and you want people to have a certain equity into what you're trying to achieve. So when I was working with the YMCA, we were giving value, and it's almost like an educational. You have to educate and give the backbone of when we do this, we will be able to journey this together, and this is where we are going. And people can see this is good for me, it's beneficial for me. And so in any of these things, I think if you're listening out there, anything that you put your mind in, you have to have a commitment. There is a sacrifice, and there is the delivery. Of course, to deliver, it calls for the discipline. to stay on course.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I had discipline, communicate,
Commit.
listening ears,
Mhm.
and passion.
And passion, yeah, passion
Mm.
is a second to none. It's like irreplaceable because I think when you do something and it's driven by passion, then it doesn't matter what people say or what negative energy people drive, and you kind of block, come here, go through the other way, and you just keep going. And that I have learned that when I was driving a taxi, I would I built the organization through just the communication. I would get somebody, and that was intentional. I did that because I wanted to create time. It's not that I couldn't get another job. A lot of people, when they would get to my car, they're like, "What are you doing driving a taxi?" Like they ask me exactly what you guys are doing, wanting to bring people in and learn about them or whatever. And we'll have a short conversation, and they'll be like, "What are you doing?" And for me, the sacrifice I have given to build the organization, because I volunteer. The board members that we have at the organization, they volunteer. And for them to volunteer, I have to be a true example of what I'm asking them to do. I have to
Absolutely.
do it exactly. And it's a more motivation that if Isaac can do this, and then I want to be a part of this. And sure, you've been to our
Yeah,
gala.
yeah, I
I'm
did.
actually, before I forget, I am inviting all three of you, and tell Nash. So Nash is a great supporter of Mass of Great Hopes. He doesn't show up because sometimes he has other projects, but he says, Isaac, here is my contribution. So tell him thank you. But 21st of February,
February.
it's a Saturday. We try to tie in Valentine into that space. So if you can skip the Valentine and come join
Now
us.
you can tell us
Yes.
about the organization, where it started from, what you do, tell us everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I mentioned earlier, I come from a big family. We are 10 of us, 5 girls, 5 boys,
Oh,
10
nice.
children. Yeah.
Nice even number. 5-5.
Nice. Yes. Unfortunately, I did lose we lost our dad long time ago. 16 years later, we lost our mom. And it's been 27 years now. And since that time, we have lost 2 brothers. So we are 3 boys now and 5 girls. And we thank God. My sister actually lives here in Kerry. My
Oh,
brother also lives here. He had relocated back to Kenya. He came back, and he just left for Kenya 2-3 days ago. So we are always going to see each other to see the family. But
good.
now, so in my background with my mom before she left us, she was this giving woman. She was a prayerful mother. She was loving. They had ventured in business of posho meal. Posho meal is where you take the maize, you grind it to flour, and eat something called ugali. If you visited Shiro home, probably you ate ugali. I know Shiro.
Marcy knows how to make it now too, right?
No, we make ugali in Zimbabwe. We call it sadza.
That's
Or
right.
inskwala.
And your milk yours different from ours. You have to
Ours
for long.
is an art. I call our
Yes.
ugali an art.
Isaac, you should the Zimbabwean. I think they cook it for 2 hours or 3 hours.
I need to be invited.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So she was. So they had a portion meal. They had a bar, a pub, and a butchery, and a lodging. That was the business enterprise. And people would come on the weekend and grind the maize, and it was Thursdays and Saturdays. No, Thursdays and Sundays were the day to do the portion meal. So it will be a long line, and people are getting there, so they have a meal. So my mom would give 2 sacks of maize, grind it, and she'll give to mothers who didn't have maize to grind it and to go feed their kids. We had 17 cows. There were a lot of them. 17, a lot of milk. We should give all the evening milk to the villagers. We are living in a village in Donyenjero, that's in North Kinangop, and she would give a lot of milk out. So I grew up seeing the generosity, but I was young. I didn't know what was going on. I just know my mom we have a lot of milk. She might as well. And along the way, after she passed on, a lot of things came down on me and reflecting and seeing exactly what she was doing. I am well traveled in Kenya. One of my sister is an educator. She has been a principal in a high school for a long time in Kajiado for Marseille and Burma.
Birma,
Birma.
yeah.
Biama. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher your
That's
name
all right. You
until
can say
okay.
Gilda if that's more
Hey,
comfortable,
Gilda.
whichever.
Gilda. Okay, I'll go with
Yeah.
Gilda. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So I went to this Kajiado place. It's a semi-arid region, North Kenya, and gets very dry. And my sister told me, if you ever want to help anyone, this is a school that you can help. But how the Mouse of Great Hope was born is in 2007, our son was born. His name is Miles. Of course, we had to use the book and name. You know how you newborn
Mhm.
baby and you're looking for the name. We settled for Miles. But that was very intentional because I had already thought about what can I do to help and make a difference in somebody's life. One too many, it just calls for just one, and the rest is history. So our son was born in, um, and during that time we were supporting a boy called Feliciano in Algeria through World Vision. So we were paying for the school fees and things like that. We lost connection with the boy. I don't know what happened to the
Oh,
boy. I feel so bad. We tried
yeah.
to look it up, but um, so so when he was born, I registered the organization, and it got registered when I was working for the bank. So my PTO, I would go to the library, go to the Secretary of State, and register, and that's how the organization was born. The whole um, premise is because we were living in Kerry, and of course, as you know, you have a water in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the other bathroom, so a lot of water in the house. And when the son was born, there was a need all of a sudden to do the washing, the changing the diaper. The water issue became yeah, you got to have this water. And my mind went back into I'm well traveled in Kenya, and there are so many people and parents,
Yeah.
some single parents with kids just like mine, who don't have that water, and they have to walk far away to bring 20 liters of water, or maybe two after two trips. The utility of time is lost because it's almost like half day is gone getting this water that is not sanitary clean. And I felt a need to do something. And that's how the organization was born. It was out of a diaper story. I wanted them to have not even to drink, but at least get this child more comfortable. And we have done a number of different projects. It's been years now. We got registered in 2009. So 2010, we started to do the first project. And our vision with the organization is to revive, empower, and sustain hopes for the impoverished communities through clean water, sanitation, health, and education. Those are the umbrella is the clean water. And yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great one. Tell us a little bit more of some of the projects you've done because I follow you. You don't know, but I follow. I go to the website. I check. I just see the work that you're doing, and it's it's really good work.
Thank you. Thank you. I really, Shiro, your family, Dr. Claire is family, and she have been our executive director for years. I, it's beautiful. It's not a one person thing. It's a community of people. It's well-driven people. Last year we had a travel humanitarian trip to Kenya. Everybody paid their own ticket. It was just breathtaking experience to see a number of them with tears coming down. All their volunteer funds, they have made a difference. And it's been uh, it's kind of give you the purpose and the reason to live. I think I live for uh, engaging and supporting where I can, and it's surrounded by that group of people. So we've done projects with clean water. The initial goal was to dig wells. Uh, we partnered with a number of different organizations, and we partnered with schools. But we realized very quickly how expensive it is to do some of these projects. Um, the We partnered with the Sacred Heart Cathedral downtown Raleigh off Hillsborough Street, and
Oh.
they funded the hydrogeology survey of the first borehole we were going to do, 1,800 feet down. It's a school called Ilbisio Township Primary School, and the 1,800 feet was calling for about 25,000 USD to do it. And
What?
yes, they are expensive. It depends on how deep you go. So you can get a shallow, hitting to the water table, and that means a little bit cheaper. But for this particular place was 18, so too expensive. So we didn't manage to do it. So when we fundraise and we cannot get to the target, we look at plan B. So we've done a number of water harvesting projects. We've done that in Kajiado, we've done that in Kericho, we've done that in Embu, we've done that in
Wow.
Laikipia, we've done that in Subukia. But we don't only stop there. The way we identify those projects, back to the project management, is we go to the community, we do a survey, and we ask, what is the need? And there's a lot of needs in Africa, and equally here. And when we talk about Africa or water or issues, the water issue is not only in Africa, it's also locally here in the United States. And when we speak, and I try to make this as clear as possible, it's when we are advocating and doing these projects in Africa, Kenya, case in point. Kenya is a beautiful place. It is a very first world looking place. The infrastructure, the technology, the hotel, the life, but the disparity between the well-doing or well-to-do and the issues with the people who have the need, then that's where we come in. So I don't want to sit here and represent Kenya as this needy, that world, that animals, and of course we are from Africa, we're not going to make that mistake. But just for anybody listening to this.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we do those projects we have done, and we advanced and started doing the rehabilitation of broken wells. And we have done worked with the Kenya Power and Lighting Company by getting the power. So when we fundraised, this project was about $6,000. We pulled the power from the nearby town. We brought the power lines into the school and switched the diesel generator that was not working, was not well maintained. It was broken. The water well, the borehole is there. They cannot get the water out. We got a new pump that is a hybrid electrical. We have the power, and now the girls can be able to drink the water, wash their brows. Cleanliness is second to godliness. We address the food security aspect of things, and also on our education piece. And I'm kind of going high level, skipping stuff here. On our education piece, we transition to, we don't do the desk or the food for school. We do something, well, we haven't done a desk project, but we do something that is more tangible, long-lasting, more impactful along the way for the children now and the children tomorrow, and more investing in them with what is the future. And the future is in communication, in technology. So we started doing, before the COVID-19, we were doing the Lego robotics with the first Lego League here in the US. And we had partnered with a number of schools through the Wake County facility near of Martin Luther King in Raleigh, and some schools in Nairobi. And we partnered with the National Museum of Kenya. That was our central location, that the kids would come and they get their training. We had a project manager that is training them, and we had a competition So a lot of good stuff. You ask Dr. Claire, she'll tell you more. Um, and then after the COVID-19 social distancing, we started doing the coding program. We partnered with Coda Dojo Apex. It's a club. It is a club in Apex. It's a volunteer one too. So we partnered with them. It's now called the Apex Makerspace. If you Google that, you see. Partnered with Daya. Daya, if you're listening to this, cheers, my friend, and Ganesh. And we've done hours and hours of training during the COVID time. The children who are doing the Lego robotics, they became the ambassadors, and we were twinning the kids here and the kids in Kenya. And we had 5 different time zones. We had children from California, Michigan, Atlanta, here in the Triangle, in Ghana, Sunyani, and Kenya, Kajiado, Nairobi, Nakuru, Nyeri, and they would come on Zoom. We would have like 60 kids in the Zoom, and the class, how do you call it? The breakout rooms. Yeah, we had a lot of breakout rooms. And my daughter, Jasmine, who actually, I want you guys to get Jasmine on this chat and talk to her. She is amazing. She's my daughter. She's 14. She got to NLO. But back to where I was. So that program started with a few and then transitioned to we did our serving summer adventures in 2021 in the height of COVID. And it became, after they graduated, we were like, okay, this is the end of it. And the type of coding we were training them is a block-based computing with a trinket, Scratch, Java, Python, that kind of thing. So these kids, as you remember when you were young, Marcy, Gilda, you remember the boys in Africa, they would make like wires, the vehicle wire or carton box. And I was one of those boys. Now these kids, they can tell the story or can build that like little cars, and they are doing like racing cars, like Daytona 500 through the block-based Scratch or creating game. So we have been able to successfully do exactly that. Fast forward, we have partnered with 3 different schools, one in Kajiado, one in Nakuru, in Joro. There is a Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology. It's called Arvist. Shiro, you might know this. And we have gotten the class, renovated the class, did the ceiling, the wall, the painting, the floor, the desk, the power, Kenya Power and Lighting. You might see some of this in our website. And we are calling them the Center of Excellence, becoming a benchmark location for the schools nearby to come and learn about what we are doing. Is the CBC. The Kenya has changed from the rigid kind of 844 to now the more thinking about, kind of do, and it could be creative. We call it actually, it's making and creating with technology, using the five C's, and between the communication, the creation, the collaboration, the teamwork, all of that packaged into emphasizing the importance of the team building and also thinking on your feet and critical thinking aspects. Yeah. So.
Wow. That's impressive.
That's a lot.
Are you planning another trip?
You're asking good questions, and I don't want to discriminate. It's another project that we do with the girls on sanitation health. We support 250 girls in different places. Nyeri has been our key area, and we support them with their hygienic products.
Sanitary.
Yes, to for their dignity and just support them get by. But about the trip, Gilda, this coming year, so last year we had 13 people who traveled to Kenya. Next year, some of them wanted us to go back this year. We couldn't. It's
Oh,
expensive, and you just came back.
Yes,
yeah.
But
yes.
next year, the second week of July, we are planning a trip to Kenya.
Mm.
Please welcome. We would love to have you guys join us.
Oh,
Uh, and I just came from Kenya last week on Friday, and we learned a few lessons from doing the first one, big
mhm.
one, and I think the next one was going to be really cool. One of the guy I was working with the Barclays, he moved to Arizona. Now he lives in Las Vegas. He's from Chile, and he literally the last 2 months got his passport ready because
Oh,
Rodrigo, there you go, we're doing it. He's a
Yeah.
professional award-winning photographer. You guys need to check him out.
Oh,
Oh,
You
wow.
need to
okay.
check
wow.
him out. He is ready to go to Kenya. So we have a lot of good people who are looking forward to going, and
Oh, good.
it's going to be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
keep an eye
consider
on
it.
that. Hmm.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it more at the gala, so you cannot miss the gala.
amazing. So Isaac, I'm curious about how you approach the local government when you're doing all these things. Like I'm guessing you guys have like a Minister of Education, and for you to operate in the schools and for you to operate in the village with the wells and all that. What does that look like?
So to do any water project in a school, you have to go through the government agency. It's called WALMA. You have to get the compliance issues handled. They have to know who you are. You have to do the hydrogeology survey to make sure if you get the water, it's good, clean water for consumption. So we get those. But to do the education piece, we also get the local authority to approve us to go to the school. We partner with the school, and we are just not telling them what to do. We are just amplifying what they're supposed to be doing. Lack of resources, case in point, we are just adding a little bit of value. For example, the coding, we don't have a lot of trained trainers to do this. So we come in as an organization to give our resources through human capital. So Daya has spent hours and hours on Zoom training. He has created the program. The program is from the MIT Media Lab, and it's in collaboration with um, the Pi Foundation from Ireland. So, and that is a scratch. So it's a very, very detailed process way of advancing and getting certification from level 1, level 2, level 3. We go in and we train the teachers, and train the trainer, and then the kids get. So it's a very valuable thing that they can't say no. When I go to
Mm,
Kenya, I reach out. We have a team on the ground. We are not doing everything here. We
Mm,
have a team, and when we had
mm,
raised these funds, we have the team that is executing on those funds to do what needed to be done, and we partner with the school. The school become a part of the administration and part of the solution. So they're managing so our goal is to do the evaluation. So when I go, we go and see this was supposed to be done. Yes, we know it was done. You showed us a picture, but we're here. Let's see it. And my daughter,
mm.
when I go with my kids, we go there, and the only thing they remind me is, Dad, we need to eat because it's 4 p.m. We haven't eaten. We've been going and going,
Yeah.
and I I they I get them talking to the other children. I want them to see the hardship I went through. So
Yeah.
it's not a punishment, but
Oh, it's a
It's a
great
it's
learning.
lesson. It's a
Yeah,
great
it's a good
lesson.
lesson.
Mm.
it's a learning, and they have learned a lot. It's actually been it's a give me the reason why I do this. I don't do it for me, I do it for them. I do it for
Yeah.
many others, and it's been very fulfilling. It's a joy for me. It has a lot of it's been
Mm.
beautiful.
That's
Wow.
That's good.
awesome. Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
Isaac, as we're winding down here, when you speak of it, I think because you're used to it, it seems an easy thing to do, right? But if somebody really has a passion and they want to do this, what's the first simple steps for them to take? Because it sounds daunting to me, just imagining finding people to collaborate with and having them support me and give, and I haven't done it. It sounds just a daunting task, but what are the simple steps to start for anyone who would be thinking to maybe have such an organization?
Um, I think if anyone out there want to, you cannot, and I could be wrong on this, but you cannot do something because somebody else is doing it. You have to do it because it's coming from you.
Mm.
And that makes it so easy. We have formed so many partnerships, and all I do is I tell the story, and it's not a selfish thing. It's something that is, this is beyond me. My personal goal is to see this thrive. Um, Many years. Um, it's beyond me. It's beyond any person. One thing we have not been successful to do is to create the sustainability of the organization so it doesn't die off, and it's there. So it has to have a sustainability aspect to it. But for anyone who would want to, I would encourage anyone. I think all of us are here for a purpose. We're here for a reason. And the biggest question is, what is the purpose? Who are you? What are you here to do? What can you do for someone else? And when we can figure out what we can do for somebody else, doesn't have to be a lot of people. We start with one by reflecting back, and this is somebody I know, they can use this. For example, we did a project years back for a group of 16 widowed women with HIV and AIDS. That was back in Nyeri. And their need, when we listened to them, was they needed some kind of a microfinance to get them by. They don't have an issue with the rain. There is a lot of rain. There is enough food, potatoes and cabbages. And so that's not the issue. But the issue is they need to send their kids to school. They need to buy the sugar or clothes or something else from the store, and they need the money. And the solution to that, when we figured out, we found buying a cow to each one of them was a way to go. There is a milk production. They're able to feed the kids. They're able to sell the milk. Milk is expensive here, expensive there. And in a factory, when you say in a factory, they get the bonus every month. They get a chunk, a small chunk of money, a couple thousand Kenya shillings that can do something. That's what we did. Now the cow has multiplied to a few of them. And so if there is any one person you think from back in the village, from maybe a friend, from a neighbor that can be support, and doesn't have to be in Kenya, it can be here too. It can be a neighbor that maybe is struggling to get by for something, doesn't have to be long lasting. It can be an impact. I think in anything, as long as it's impactful and offers a solution to a need, solve a problem, then that's good enough. But the goal is to keep going and also and associate with the people of like-minded who are doing that, because alone you cannot go far. We have to walk the journey together, and it's a marathon. It's a long. It has a lot of challenges. There are long nights. After I do my regular job, I work for. I'm in sales, by the way. That's what I do. Yeah.
We didn't even talk about that. Okay. We are almost winding down. Wow. Okay. So you have a day job.
Yeah. I'm a marketing director with a company in Kerry. I do sales with. We offer solution to homeowners with older home that need new windows, replacement windows. We have very, very high quality people paying windows that give you the best of the world. And we give a lot of benefit as discount with free labor installation, give you discount, and we partner with the homeowner to make the project comfortable. Windows, unfortunately, they're very expensive, but we make them comfortable for the homeowner. And so that's what I do. And I really enjoy, I consult for the company. So I work with just a couple hours in a day. And it's the most joyful thing because it leaves me a lot of time to do this kind of work. Today I had 3 hours of meeting at the Hilton Garden Inn with some of the team members planning for the gala. And I had an appointment to run to, and now I'm here. And it's just so I'm not locked into
That's
it's
good.
just yeah,
Oh,
It's
wow, that's
flexible.
good. Yeah,
it's
so I
flexible.
mean, the last question we usually ask is for you to tell us about work-life balance. I think you touched on it a little bit, but you can tell us how you balance everything, your projects and your work and family.
Yeah. So I love cooking. I'm a kitchen guy. I love cleaning. I do the dishes a lot. I do the cooking a lot. I go to
Wow.
the I go to the park a lot. I go to the park with the kids. My son loves outdoor. We are in the trail. I live off of News River Trail,
Oh,
and it stretches all the way. We do bike. We go running. We have the Buffalo Park Community Park. um, my daughter has tons of friends. I'm the dad who's driving. You guys know this.
Yeah.
The kids determine what you're doing for your day. So between
Yeah.
the drop off, the pickup, but I really enjoy family time. I enjoy the outdoor. I don't do a lot of movies because I found some time. I go and I'm relaxing at the movie and I fall asleep. So
You
Yeah.
nod off.
yeah, but I like hanging out with friends too,
That's good.
yeah. So it's been a joyful thing.
wow.
That's
Good.
awesome.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
This time flies, eh? When we're
It
having
really
fun.
flies.
Mhm.
Crazy. It flies. It flies so fast. But
It
Isaac,
really
thank
flies.
you so much for gracing
Yeah,
us with
thank
your
you.
time and
Yeah, we'll have to
giving
have
us.
you back because I feel like there's so much more
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
to learn about you and the organization. So we'll definitely have you back at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. And then to contact you, people that we can go to
Yeah.
milesofgreathope.com,
We'll
right?
put the website here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, it's a Miles, MYLES of Great Hopes. It's a plural,
Hopes.
hopes, .org.
.org.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can find all the information there. You can contact them if you want to help out or anything or donate. You'll have all the information there. And we'll also uh plug put it in the as Birma said, um down in the link.
Yeah.
Yes. If we can have a table specifically for the nurse, the lawyer, the attorney, excuse me, and the analyst, a specific table at the right. Last year we had DJ Sunny. He gave us the best of
Ah,
music. You guys
nice.
know DJ Sunny.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
He,
he's very good.
yeah,
Right.
he gave us. It was just amazing. And this
Yeah.
year I think we have our DJ Sam.
Oh,
He will do amazing job.
yeah.
We just toured the place. We have 250 people. So
Wow.
yes, and and uh, and
That's
and I
awesome.
think we'll do a little bit of Liberia. Is that where you're from, Mercy?
No,
Yeah.
Mercy is from
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe
I'm from
and
Zimbabwe.
Gilda
I'm
is from
Congo.
Congo.
Yeah.
So the challenge for you is let us know what good dance we can do to honor your country. And
Birmo can
Zimbabwe.
dance to anything.
Yes,
True.
you can.
So I think that would be we like to appreciate. We started a program called I think Marcy, you're right. I probably need to come back at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we,
You do.
we started a program called Proud of My Culture. Proud of My
Oh,
Culture,
nice.
and this will be the final thing, is your culture is not better than mine, and mine is not better than yours.
Ooh,
Let's get together. Let's listen to one another. Let's
Learn.
celebrate one another. Let's enjoy one another. And we partnered with Broughton High School. That's where we were doing that club that event.
mm,
Oh my gosh, just amazing. And last
That's
year we
awesome.
partnered with the University of Nairobi.
mm.
We did the Proud of My Culture at the University of Nairobi at their, you know, what is it called? The tower. It's called, their tower at Manu Chandaria Auditorium,
Okay.
amazing auditorium. And recently, June this year, we partnered with NC State, the Student Learning and Engagement. And one of our goal is to advance that collaboration and have service learning and have some kind of exchange between NC State and University of Nairobi, and also Great Hopes is doing that. So it's
Wow, that's
yeah.
That sounds like
yeah, you
fun.
have to come
Yeah.
back, Isaac. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so much to uncover and explore. Wow, that's
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
all
Thank you
right,
so
we
much
are
for your
gonna call it.
time.
Yeah,
Yes,
this was
we're
a
gonna.
treat. This was a
It
very
really
was
was.
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
want you to know this before we close out,
Mhm.
that thank you so much for having me here. For anyone that will listen to this, that will come together, that will support the organization, is because of you, because of
Mm.
your thought process to even invite me. I'm truly humbled, and I really appreciate it. Say hello to your families, and many thanks.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Isaac. We appreciate it.
Really do. Thank
All
you.
right, guys.
Bye. See you next
Bye.
time.
You know, there are people who get stressed and then they're buying clothes, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, you do the
one of
thing of
them.
buying new outfits.
Yes,
Impulsive buying to
shopping
Yeah.
therapy.
To
It's
cope.
called.
Yeah.
shopping therapy.
Shopping therapy. I love it.
So in the Hamaya project, what you do is like us denying ourselves buying extra stuff for like $50 or $100, whatever you can afford. And then you put it towards Nehemiah project, which is building the retreat center. In, you know, it's a KCFA retreat center. And once you reach like $1,000, your name will be put on the wall. Hey, Shiro contributed. And then your kids will see you leave a legacy that I put, you know, I put a difference. I contributed towards something new. The other day I was decluttering and I saw like there's some clothes I have that they can't fit me anymore, but they still have tags. What does that tell you? I was stress shopping. So let's stop stress shopping and invest it in a good way that will help somebody like me.